Hi, Kristina. Thank you so much for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights and allowing me to be a guest in your aura. I'm grateful. And as well as your request, your reading is public. So thank you for inspiring our interconnected nature. And for those that are watching, may you receive a message with meaning. So here is the Inkblot made in your name and essence. If you want to take a screenshot so you can scry on your own time and terms. I've also got a paranormal poker hand here and some notes that came through while I was doing the ink. So I'm just going to start there. If you would like to join me to close the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush, activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support in honor of, in the name of Kristina and those watching. Okay, sorry, I got like right in there. I felt very supported. I felt very supported in just in that opening of any regrets I may have. I don't know if you're very reflective right now or feeling reflective of any regrets or rewards alike, but I feel very supportive even when I'm looking at things that I regret, maybe decisions or things that happened. I feel supported. I feel like I'm getting a big old hug, and not in almost like a bear hug, like something's being placed over me like a fur. So maybe in a hibernation state or in a holistic state, I feel loved with kindness. Okay, so that's what I felt there. I wanted to share that. Some things that came through were fairies and gnomes. I juggle a lot, ? Lady with faith, remembrance, the numbers 44 and 55 specifically. So I don't know if you add those up, right? 10 to the 1 or 44 being 8, if those mean anything to you. Playful, tired, spicy, cheeky with a wink. Ideas, and very specifically like ideas, and I love the way that it came through, especially for me, is like back in the day, that's what I used to do all the time, is like, draw a sun or a bubble and then all the spokes around it, and it was like, okay, it not so much like a pro and con list, but it was just ideas, where I want to go, things I want to do, things I want to, or things that make me, whatever's in the bubble, happiness, and then, or love, mate, job, I don't know, something along that lines. But I love the way that came through because it was very easy for me to resonate with. I was like, yeah. Okay, so in regards to tired, I felt like there's an older spirit helping you. Oh, which is really nice that it came back through, because it's like a big old fur coat. I don't know how else to say that. Almost like animal spirits work well with you as well. It doesn't have to be a human. It could literally be a bear spirit or animal totem that you're working with. There's 2 male spirits that came through. One was older, one was younger. One could be a brother or a soul or a twin, something along that lines. But they definitely came through, the 2 of them. Yeah, I think that was it. Okay. And I've got your paranormal poker hand here. We'll take a boo in a second. Just going to take a moment here to dive into your Inkblot. And of course, if you see, sense, or feel anything, please feel free to comment below and inspire others. Yeah. Okay. So I feel like it's like Cancer energy has come through, and it came through before when I was seeing like here in the red being drawn to. So whether you are a Cancer or just the Cancer energy, sometimes that love, like Lenny, can feel suffocating. And maybe this is like a being heard, wanting to be heard, or like my gentleness is not, it's not weird. It's like my gentleness is a strength. Do I give it to others? It's like, and I feel like I give room to others a lot more than I give myself. Wherever I may roam, from Metallica. Sorry, I'm going to just turn this so I can look at it. I do like to share, but it's just different. Okay. Give me a moment here. I'm just wandering through. I'm seeing Big Bird from Sesame Street. And this big bird is lifting up a little bird that is just being born or is very young. You know, like if a bird has fallen out of the nest, I'm seeing this big golden bird, like Big Bird, pick it up and lift it right back up into its nest. Something about Sleepy Hollow. And I've got my eyes down like that. I don't know if it's an eye roll or I got my eye on you, or maybe you feel like it's a shadow aspect that just keeps a close eye. But it does feel, it feels like since I was a baby, like a familial spirit energy. I don't know if it's karma or if it's legitimately an energy entity that follows your family of service. It feels almost like I could interpret it as, in one way, like sleep paralysis. I'm going to lean in here. Sorry if it looks awkward. Well, I'm awkward all the time, so here we are together. Okay, but I'm seeing a feminine face in here, and it's in a triangle. Oh, yeah. Okay. My crown and my sacral are connected. Sacral's in my ears. And I feel as though I hear things. Like even maybe when I was a kid, if my parents got divorced or, you know, my guardians, there was fighting a lot. It's like I heard things that I shouldn't have heard at that age.
Bored.
You know, like that's what it kind of makes me feel like. Like adult things, they feel charged. Okay, and then there's something happening up here. Is it like fencing? Fencing, or is it like the Two of Swords? If Two of Swords means anything to you, of course, follow that first. Okay, what is right here? I don't know what it's called in mythology. I want to say it starts with a P, but I don't know. I don't know. It looks like a horse with wings, possibly a unicorn. Does a unicorn have wings? I don't know. Oh, I want to say it's like Pythagoras or something, or maybe you have a horse and the horse has a name like that or something or other. I'm not entirely sure. I'm loving the coloring. Okay. Sorry, hold on. I get very distracted. I'm seeing a rhinoceros. That's a little bit of like a Dumbo clown. So take Dumbo, but instead of Dumbo, put in a rhinoceros. And that has its own symbology, right? With the horn. I feel like they're very dangerous creatures as well. But this rhinoceros has a sense of humor, or this rhinoceros has almost like it doesn't even realize its own power. You know what I mean? No, it's not a hippopotamus. It's a rhinoceros. Maybe, and it's of purple nature, so I'm well into the crown and beyond.
Open it.
And beyond. Open my brain, because I see the scalp, like the crown of my head. You know, like top of the morning to you. Someone would take off their cap, but I'm seeing it like the skull. I don't know if like my brain's been looked at, or like free your mind, and maybe that's what you do, maybe that's what you're working with, maybe it's what you've always done, and people might think you're different, or yeah, do you know what I mean? Okay, let's look at your paranormal poker hand. I got really, really cold here. Okay, do I have my blankie? I do, but I feel like I'm sitting on it and there's things. Interesting that it said doom. So something that I had just learned more recently. Maybe you have a sense of like a doom imprint, and you might want to look that up. I'm not qualified in any sort of way to say it was recently shared with me. But I won't butcher the language of trying to regurgitate it. But like in the esoteric education of like what the doom imprint could mean or imply. Okay, so the first two we have here is what you want wants you, and what do you feel? I feel like this is you. And something about when you were 16.
This is my place.
It's funny that it says this is my place, but I hear it as this is my place. I love it. So funny. Oh, I'm so easily amused. Okay, and what do you feel? The number 9. Something about your life path number as well is coming through. Not typically something I say, so there it is. There's the juggling. I know she's not actually juggling, but that's how I'm seeing it with I think that's the earth up there, apples and oranges.
What is happening?
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. And as this juggling is happening, it's like this spiral of creation of the earth that I want to. I shouldn't necessarily say earth. It feels like existence amongst the backdrop of the void. Okay, so the shadow aspect, whatever one, the subconscious realm, whatever you feel like it resonates with, even like where your pain is that power. And I'm seeing this, for lack of a better term, but you can. Magician-y vibes. Maybe at some point in time there's been an interaction with or an understanding, a learning of chaos or black magic. Again, I'm not implying that there's a negative intention with that. It's harnessing, understanding the power of that backdrop, and then also having this divine light kind of work with it or come in, and now it's like, oh, do I have to choose between apples and oranges? I don't know for what I want, and I feel like there's this coalescence that's within me that I don't have to choose in the context of black and white. That's what that makes me feel like. Yeah, it's not. That's what it makes me feel like. Free from judgment, free to love. In the world, not of the world. If those, of course, and then like, dude, I'm freezing. And then I have softly, softly, the tender touch and diving for light. That's quite the poker hand, +1. Okay, so I am seeing the Wicked Witch of the West.
You're back.
Thank you. Are you back? The Wicked Witch of the West from The Wizard of Oz, like green with envy, but not the one from the movie Wizard of Oz, actually from the show Once Upon a Time. And so maybe you have a sister or something along that lines, or somebody like, just along that lines of alignment of resonance and relationships. Maybe people are envious of you. Maybe you have had green with envy. And really, to me, the way I'm feeling that, and maybe this is your understanding, so maybe there's like you kind of relish in it, like people are giving you something, and you're like, okay, green with envy, but I'm seeing like when envy comes up, whether it's towards us, within us, outwards, it's green like the heart. It's really revealing what one is inspired by and what one may really, really want. What you want wants you. So if one is envious of you or vice versa, though that's how it's, I don't want to say feeling, because that's not it, but it's like, oh, this is like a positive trigger, though it might kind of, again, it's like the black and the white thing, but it's not cut and dry. It's revealing something. Envy might not feel great, but it has a positive message if I'm willing to see that like, oh, wow, this...
Talk to me.
This means like my heart might be really communicating with me. The heart energy of the green ray, that I might really enjoy this, or might want to attain that position or get that job or that car, Do you know what I mean? Whatever it is. And I don't know if this is at you or just something you've experienced through it. Sorry, I'm like super chilly and I'm probably getting even more awkward. In the world and not of the world is how I'm feeling when I'm up here. Right in there. And when I free from judgment and free to love, I want to plop it. I know the light thingy. Right in that green space with all that gold. Because it's almost like, okay, I'm going to go with the words. Thank you. Freeing myself from other people's judgments. And to love myself wonderfully. Like that feeling this card brings, like, I can just swim in. I'm going to say it in a funny way, and I mean it in a very sweet way. I can swim in my stank and love me. The things that, if you're different from your friends or family, and when I say different, we're all different, but, just maybe different cultural, religious contexts, this, that, or the other. Maybe choices that have been placed upon me from others' judgments, other places of judgments, other points of perception. I'm seeing a mother or an auntie cry. Again, it could be a sister because there's definitely a sister vibe here. Somebody is being really, really kind to you in spirit. And you did have two male spirits come through. And there's diving for light with card number 11. The two. I feel in your energy, I'm very balanced between male and female energies. Like my gates, my 11, seahorse might also mean something to you. Feel well, like they're non-competitive, but they're like attracting. And there's like a current between the two of them. This could also be a relationship external to you if you're in a really good soulful relationship, which again isn't necessarily about being agreeable all the time, but there's definitely a connection. There's something about speaking or singing, whether it's of you or somebody else sings to you from spirit or you sing. That's what I'm seeing. Something about the benefits of singing and draws you closer to whatever it is that you want. Like some people cast spell in rhythm. It's like your speech casts spells in song. I got to turn it again. One moment. Thank you. Seeing somebody with an eye patch. Okay, it's not somebody with an eye patch. It's an earworm with an eye patch. It's like a cool little earworm. I see myself balancing. Like my hands are being pulled. 5 of Swords, yeah. My hands are being pulled. And I will show you where I was just seeing that. So this is like the face, the body. And that little negative space there is the little earworm. He's so fun. But there's my arms. And they're being pulled by shadow, dark, somebody else, I don't know. And then this love. Sorry, my hair's crazy today. It just is. It just is. And I'm being pulled in 2 directions. Like, no, come this way, come this way. It reminds me of like a divorcey feel or a separation, choices, and no, this is mine, this is mine, this is mine. I don't know if you've had a lot of envy around you or I don't know what it is. I feel like I don't understand it, but that's just, obviously it's not mine. But I'm trying, I don't know. Okay. 2 of Cups and Strength. Maybe this is in regards to a relationship, whether it's of your parents, guardians, or maybe your own if you've gone through separation or divorce, or somebody has passed.
Cancer.
Yeah, there's a Cancer vibe for sure in there. Somebody else who may have taken their life. Or their life was taken. Okay, their life was taken like they might have been in a cross shooting or something like that. And I feel like if that person passed, it could have been one of these males. Again, it's a male energy first, how it's expressed. female or male is not my concern. It's the energy is stepping forward in the masculine. So but it's something about a gun. So whether it was them or somebody else took their life, like if there was a situation, like a fight or something, and they ended up passing. And it makes me feel like I'm back in Big Bird. This person or this energy, this spirit. So you also have a guide from birth that's been with you for literally since birth. And you kind of like, it's that twin soul feel, but it's not that. It's like you exchange with this energy in different lifetimes, whatever adventures, incarnations you choose, to be like this protective bird of sorts. Or it doesn't have to be a bird, but that's just how it feels. You might also know something that somebody else wants in regards to this. Like, you know what it makes me feel like? If I witness something and now I might be worried, like, oh, But here's the thing, when I'm in your energy, like, I feel very, very powerful. Like, I don't even know my own power, but other people see my power. I'm seeing the Hades dogs. Is it Cerberus? Again, with that mythological horse with wings. These wings are massive. Wow, they're massive. Like, I feel like I can cover a lot of ground. Whenever I go up in your ink, I get super, super cold. Kristina, I'm going to come back down for a minute so that I can warm up. And maybe you feel that way sometimes. You're like, oh, I need to come back down and warm up. Again, I'd really appreciate that fur coat right now, or that spirit animal. It's almost like that's more soothing than people, is how I'm feeling. Animals can be more soothing than people sometimes. It's almost like the communication, though the language is different, the connection is clearer, and I feel like it's more sincere. Like, I hear, like, it's confusing when there's lots of talking. And I understand I'm talking, but like in conversations, like, it's almost like I'm hearing like people talking riddles. Maybe you talking riddles? I don't know. Yeah, singing, Kristina, singing. King of Wands. These males in spirit, one younger, one older. Younger being could be 33, could be 25, could be 9, I don't know. An older being, could be 45, 55, 60, whatever the case may be is. Super protective over you. Super, super protective over you. Because I'm hearing that song too. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lions sleep tonight. The moon, 8 of wands in the reverse, and 2 of wands. Those mean anything to you? You know the drill. Follow that first versus my yam rings. I feel like I'm literally talking. Ace of Wands is on the bottom, and the Devil. Yeah, okay. Give me 2 shakes here. I gotta dig in. Ace of Wands right there. The Devil right there. The 2 of Wands right there. It's like I'm playing Plinko. Okay, I need these back anyway, but thank you. I feel like everything's pointing at me. What do you want to do? What do you want to be? Where do you want to go? What do you want to eat? Everything's pointing at me. And I'm going to light one match if each of those things are like a match. And they're actually going to help light each other. So it's like I really only need to decide one decision if I need to make a decision. If there's things that I'm juggling. What stays, what goes. What stays, what goes. It's like I'm seeing somebody clean out a house. And is it keep, donate,
Listen to me.
garbage? Is that it? Is that like the piles or whatever the piles are? But that's what makes me feel like I'm going through things, especially subconsciously. Man, I don't know what it is. Like, even with the Two of Wands and the Devil, and it came in right from the beginning of your Inkblot as well. It's like, I'm going to just say it. It's like the dark side wants you. And when I say the dark side, you know, because it's like, I don't, again, it's like, I don't know, or maybe you're very aware, and this is like the navigating of it. Again, you're very protective. It's, like they see your potential and power before, if you're like, no, I'm good. They see it. They see it. And I feel like the light side, if I may, which again, wolves in sheep's clothing and sheep in wolves' clothing and wolves in sheep's and wolves in sheep's, you know, we can apply it for whatever.
Feeling.
But I feel like there's either a history that I'm aware of, the past, or a past life that's paralleling, that's talking to me right now, another version of me communicating and saying, there's something about, thank you, I like a netting over my intuition. I don't know what that means. Ace of Wands can mean anything to you, but I'm looking at the artistry and see how there's like netting around the flame of the third eye, which is a point of inception, and bringing me into your dream state with the moon. Again, even in the moon, there's black and white wolves or whatever they are, or dogs. It's like your loyalty, no, your love understands both. But there's I feel like I'm grasping at you. Like that's how the energy feels like. I'm going to flip this and see what's going on, because there's all this, like maybe you've even met light people, light workers that are really like abominable snowmans and have been bears. And I'm not saying that in like, oh, the fur coat. It feels like you've met some big sheep in wolves' clothing. Maybe some trust issues. Okay, so that's why when I saw the abominable snowman.
Closer.
Because when I wander into the snowman, or I don't know why I'm saying abominable snow. I don't even really know what that is, but I'm seeing a figure from Frosty the Snowman when I was a kid. And it's like shoe fly. It's like this big snow monster with white fur, but really he's kind.
Tuesday.
Something might help you when you feel cold. What is going on up there? Seeing something come out of the mist. I will turn it to share it with you. Right? You might have to, if you're watching on your phone, you should be able to like zoom in. I'm right in here. Oh gosh, my hair, it's just insane today. Insane in the membrane. Dreams, yeah, there's something going on in the subcon or in your spiritual.
It's what we want.
Yeah, a new beginning is in there. I am seeing the namaste. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm seeing namaste. Almost like Chinese writing or something like that. Something's coming out. of the spirit realm. Okay. And it's as though there's this golden fire. Sorry. There's this golden fire. So I don't think it's actual earth fire. No, it's not actual earth fire. It is golden. They're large. They're another hybrid of something. They're a horse and something else. Wow. Okay. I don't know if somebody's going to step in from spirit, literally step in from spirit to visit you. Now, if this happens in the dream state, if this happens, in physical reality, or if you, your clear senses, like you physically see spirit, but I am a little in awe that even like I'm gonna put it in some sort of context so I can ramble through it. I'm laying in bed and I'm in between the states of sleeping and awake. You're just kind of, and you get this vision, or you have this sensation, or you just kind of open your eyes in this hazy, and maybe you see your door or a wall, and it's all like this golden fire that are really figures of horse hybrid energies, entities that are massive. And I can see where, like in talking, like the veil, like it gets foggy and staticky, where the earth, the tangibility of where you are right now, and it becomes foggy. And then like this, it's a feminine energy though that's coming through. It's a feminine energy. And holding something small, I'm not sure if it's a baby or a small dog or a cat or a pet, doesn't matter. They have like something that is soothing, something that's soothing. And like they walk right through. I don't know if anything is said. I feel like it's just all very soothing. And I'm going to be honest with you. It feels like I'm really grateful that I was awake or aware for that. Okay, I was awake in both states at the same time. And I saw like the gates open. This fly, can you please shush? Seriously, there's a whole world for you to enjoy. Seeing an alligator crocodile, I feel like this is like an old goddess or something.
Sacrifice.
That fly just flew past my face, like in a rebellious way, like just make Chrissy. Okay, let's stay focused here. Let's stay focused. I like it when there's readings where I can feel very playful in them. Fertility. Maybe you are preggers, or you're considering child birthing. I can't, even if that's like welcoming in a new pet. If a pet has passed on, or you're just welcoming in, because to me it's love. It's love, and it is positive. That's how it feels for your home life, and your holistic nature of all that is. I also feel like animals around you, even if you're like walking down the street or whatever, there's just like just nature in general. It's very squeaky. It's as though, okay, I don't know if you've seen the movie Blair Witch Project, but the way it's making me feel like is like, imagine the Blair Witch was misunderstood. And maybe I had lost in regards to fertility. Maybe some of the things that I'm going through and working through is because of the loss of a child, a miscarriage, the loss of a beloved pet, a fur baby. Do you know what I'm saying? And this goddess kind of comes through, perhaps, whether it's a gift of, it's either way, I'm being given a gift. I'm not sure if it's a reassurance of someone or something in spirit, or that's coming in for me to receive. It's not for me to constipate myself over. But it's almost like some of my hurts, if I'm going through, it's like maybe that's why the quote unquote dark side is there, because it's like my pain feels that fully. My pain feels very fully.
This is strange.
It is strange. Okay, we're here for Kristina if there's anything else that's coming through. I'm seeing a vampire. I heard count your blessings. I'm also seeing a mouse. I just heard row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. I'm seeing one of those saws. I don't know what it's called, but we have one.
It's impossible.
Like it's long, and then but you need two people to do it, to take down a tree or something like that, or whatever somebody would be sawing that. Two people, like a seesaw, maybe even back and forth on something. I also feel like there's something with the family. I don't know if you've had to cut yourself off, been cut off from certain timelines and karmic lines, maybe working through family karma, and you're like some sort of association. You just kind of went on your merrily way. Feel like you have a sharp boundary. Okay, so I'm seeing a spider. This is so fun. I'm seeing a big old spider. It's kind of like the Blair Witch thing, if that wasn't a great way to say that, because I don't actually remember a whole lot of what that movie was about, so I probably shouldn't be just tossing out. So that's fine. It's a spider. Let's say it's like a black widow, but it's misunderstood, and it's really Charlotte's Web. Never read Charlotte's Web. So as well, I'm throwing out things here I don't know. But it's like it's like seeing a spider that is misunderstood because it's just being a spider. It's, okay, weaving a web. Seriously, this fly. It's weaving a web and working away. And I feel like this spider is female. There's a gnome there. Did I say fairy's a gnome? I did in the piece of paper. Fairy's a gnome. There's a gnome in there. Something about working in tight spaces.
Boat.
Okay, they're underground. Is it groundhogs? I feel like there's something else that works underground, but it's not coming to me what they are. Not like a weasel or anything, but something along that lines. This gnome, they also have you know what it's like? It's like Sabrina the Teenage Witch. This is what I'm going to call your thumbnail. Because, thank you, it's a process. And I appreciate the adventures that we go on together for me to come to some sort of Sabrina the Teenage Witch. And specifically in the newer one on, I think it's Netflix, but forgive me if I'm wrong. And she's like both, right? Like the darkness keeps calling her. But anyway, so she does both. Iguanas and seahorses, that the horse part is the chest pieces. Something about making moves emotionally. Fly, please, please, please. Okay, your karma cards that came up were cooperation to perfect, decisions about, resulting from the fairness shown by, and Libra came through. Then the fourth house. So again, another 4. As you did in the past, your home base or your family, do what makes you feel secure. And home came up before as well. Yes. I'm freezing again. Mars, the drive for the confronting of action. Seeing those boots, like duckies.
Thank you.
You're welcome. They called duckies. They are called duckies, where they have like the rubber around the bottom so that you can like wear them in the rain. Something about your past as well and your family and security. Yeah, there is a snake in there. I'm getting to it. I'm getting to it as I'm like working my way down. Okay, so even thank you. So seeing the snake, and then I'm seeing that center as a snake eye, and then I would like to place that because down here I'm seeing like two snakes talking to each other right here. So, but I'm seeing it more like Egyptian snakes of knowledge. Yes, and this is say the outline of a face. It's almost like not necessarily who I'm building myself to be, but maybe that's it. And I'm not sure yet. It's like it hasn't been carved out, but I'm seeing it like this is a face down here. And this is like, at the third eye. And like this large headdress. It feels very Egyptian-y to me. Could be a past life. But there's knowledge talking down there. I do got to turn it so I can see what this is. Those are also where those horses seem to be a big thing too. So I don't know if something about freedom, or if you're born in like the year of the horse, something along that lines, or just horse energy, because you definitely have a lot of animals coming towards you. Okay, not sorry. 2 of Wands and the 9. What do you feel from your paranormal poker hand? She's got the globe down here, and it's like, how do I express that? Okay, so interesting. And then on this card, down at the bottom is a Volkswagen Beetle or bug bus with a surfboard. And it's like, I just kind of I feel like I might want to go on vacation. Might be like hippie vibes. Like I just want to kind of chillax a little bit.
Open.
I do make a decision about something. Sorry, where was I over here? The Egyptian, yeah. Okay, so you might resonate with having a past life in Egyptian. When Egypt was at its prime, I'm going to say, not necessarily the most popular that we currently portray as history. It's okay, that's not the point. You were male.
I know.
Okay. So the arm of my chair is super squeaky. Oh, life. Curiouser and curiouser. And I have knowledge of things that work with water. Turquoise, the stone, might be of benefit to you. Maybe you already work with it. The row your boat. I'm seeing people on the Nile rowing. That's what it is. They're rowing. Something about sacred water. Throat. Is it the throat chakra as well? I don't know if you hide your intelligence sometimes, or like dumb down or dim your intellect for other people to feel comfortable or something or other. Yeah, mindful.
Can you
Groupthink. It's as though you can speak. Maybe that's the envy or something when I'm kind of coming back to that. That's how it makes me feel like sometimes when I speak, being a guest in your aura. People are like, can you just chillax? Like it doesn't, but it's just effortless to you to have certain words or languages or train of thought. Like it's not of some sort of caliber that somebody else might apply it to. Does that make any sort of sense? Do you know what I'm saying? It's like somebody who just inherently has knowledge about science, or it's very fluent to be bilingual, trilingual, whatever the case may be. And somebody else is like, oh, it's almost like pretentious, but it's not. It's like, because it's just natural. There's no real effort to it. So sometimes it's like, I feel like you're very multidimensionally mindful. To not reveal the scope, the scope of your skill sets to everyone. Again, because it's kind of like the light and dark, everyone's paying attention. Drifter, experiencing life as it comes, and curiouser and curiouser. There's that family energy that might be around, that family karma. I don't know if somebody's watching you, stalking you. Then I kind of get those hippie vibes. It's almost like I kind of just want to chillax, take a vacation. Or maybe that's just your vibe. You can be like one of those science people, or really smart. Not that it has to be sciences. You can be really smart in the arts or whatever it is, or cooking.
Whiskey. And
you just want to kind of also go surfing. Fortune's wheel, luck and right timing. You will make a decision, and it will be the right one, because whatever it is, it's like once I have this rest, I'm going to call it rest for lack of a better term, reflection and rest, like I'm reflecting, I'm going to make a decision. Because right now you might feel a little drifty, a little bit of love, you know. It just maybe you've been through something, or your subconscious, if this is in the prophetic paranormal state. Maybe you're a paranormal investigator, but then you're also, need time to replenish and restore, because you're not just going in and poking the bear. You're also, helping the healing of sorts, so that souls aren't stuck or something like that. Do you know what I'm saying? I hopefully you understand what I'm saying. Or at least what I'm trying to imply, and you really do know more better than I do. And then the many masks, the authentic self, and we've spoken of this before, and I want to place it up here. It's like, this is where I feel like your spirit body, your light body is working through both shadow, masquerade. You do have many masks. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I just feel like you have many intelligences, many ways to cope and deal with situations, and even in group think, to the mindfulness. It's just like a multidimensional. Okay, so when I was seeing that iguana, did I actually say it out loud? Not sure. The iguana, it could be like a chameleon. And we don't fault the chameleon for being able to adapt to the stick that it's on, or adapt to whatever it is. This is its skill set, to adapt accordingly. But the chameleon is still fully a chameleon and always authentically being a chameleon. Does that make any sort of sense? It does. All right. Is there anything else we'd like to add on for Kristina? Okay. Yep. We'll go over there in a minute. If I didn't say so already, Kristina, thank you so much for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights, and allowing me to be a guest in your. Something is completed. I can't say that necessarily it felt like it was the easiest thing to go through, whatever it is, even if it's of a growing pain, right? There it is. Certain cycle with people, places, or things. connection as well.
Please
Something
listen.
something is closed. The door has been closed. Fortune's wheel, and it's like, but I'm going to be choosing to step into something. Action. I'm going to choose it. I'm not lost right now. That could be a very easy word to say, like I feel lost, but it feels like that's when the coat comes over me and the bear hug kind of comes over me, and that fur, and it's like you're not lost, you're just you're recovering, you're recuperating from something.
Thursday.
And then benefactor, grace and generosity. There's that 3 again. That's what it feels like. That's what this smoosh and hug feels like. And this feels like positive Cancer energy. I get whether you don't have to be a Cancer, just Cancerian energy around you. Or maybe a lot of people lead with that kind of expression, energy.
Watching you.
Yeah. Seeing bubblegum. Feels fun. I'm seeing 2 ferrets. I don't know if you have 2 children or you and a sibling. I said turquoise, right? I did, yeah. Like I'm seeing at least 3 pieces.
I want you to go.
Something about Italy as well. Popeye. You know how Popeye only has, like, typically, I think, is it the 1 strong arm? Popeye the Sailor Man. Toot toot. Yeah, I'm actually seeing Popeye with 2 strong arms. I could be wrong if Popeye actually does have both, but for some reason I'm seeing him only with 1 strong arm. Like in this TV show, if that's even real. But in yours, I'm seeing 2 strong arms.
How?
I'm also seeing a cab driver. A chatty cab driver. And a French poet or painter. Something about a woodworker as well. I think it's a woodchuck I'm seeing up there that was under the trees, if I didn't say so before. I feel as though I've made it through the dark forest of the fairy tale that might have been told to me. I've made it. There's always somebody underground. I don't know how to say that without it being creepy, because it's a how do I say? It's a character that it's like a okay. It can't connect with you on the surface.
Lower your voice.
Sorry. It can't connect with you on the surface. There's a boundary, a threshold, an agreement that's being respected. But it can follow you to almost like speak to you through the trees that move in the wind. Okay, I understand this is highly symbolic, but there it is. It can't directly say anything to you. It tells you, tries to warn you of things when you were in the dark forest of the fairy tale. Just getting out. Something about the trees. That's how it talks to you. I do feel as though you are...
Come back.
Making... Yeah. Very strong in the light and dark. Okay, it spoke about it before, so that was great. The family karma, or you're stepping outside of it, realizing, what is yours, what isn't yours. Because I'm seeing, just like in the card there of the destroyer, there is like the tie that binds. It's just like a thread around. Maybe it was like a best friend, or maybe it was a religion or something. I don't know, but I feel like it's just a string that's tied around my wrist, and it means something. It symbolizes something, and I've taken it off. Yeah, that's what it feels like. Okay. Thank you so much, Krista. I'm going to the Queen. Look at the top. We'll look at the bottom. And we'll cut the deck. No, the destroyer. Yeah. Could be on your father's line, specifically.
45.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to give you... Let's do a smudgy smudge. Closing out here. Thank you so much again. Oh, the poet and the painter. The creator, the poet and the painter. I love that. I love that. Oh, yeah. You see? Okay. And again, you might have to zoom in. This painter, poetically, if I may, is painting a new bracelet, a new connection, a new idea, going back to the beginning of this idea. And like the goddess that comes out up here, and see all of this yellow, the gold that I saw, and then here's the gold, like a golden moon or something like that. And then even with the Egyptian something or other. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like that queen feeling, king feeling. There's the snake of knowledge as well. They serve. The serpents serve. Okay. Let's do a smudgy smudge and close out here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Especially if you've made it all the way through. I know I can ramble on, but I appreciate that. And I feel like it does serve, as it is timeless at some point in time, whether it was educational,
watching you,
or entertaining. That's all good.
Infant.
We're here for Kristina. If you'd like to close your eyes, move the tongue around, roll the eyes, fingers, whatever helps you relax in the moment, wherever you are safely. You're going to feel my energy and presence come up about 3 feet energetically. I'm going to bow in honor, in gratitude. Namaste, the light and dark, both being honored and respected. And you feel just like the whispers from the trees communicating with you, the smudge blowing in your face, the scent wafting through the nose, and you can hear the subtleties through the smoke working with you, for you. Kristina, you feel my energy begin to move around one side of the body and going to the back body. I again stand.
Disagree.
And I bow in honor and respect of where you've been, your past lives, including your present life that will one day become the past. You can feel the support and love emanating from all versions, all energies and entities that work with the true vibration of love, the frequency of love, beyond the words said, beyond actions done, the true feeling of love and support. And you once again feel the sage and the smoke working with you. Moving around the other side of the body, coming full circle. You're feeling my energy come in. Taking a moment to hold ground, whether seated at the root or the bottom of the feet, feeling very, very tall in our person, in our body, in our meat suit, in our mindset. Utilizing any sort of visions that make you feel fullest. But in this moment, I would like to add in a bubble of light with rebar type mesh of dark to strengthen that light. So that prying eyes and predators of such you are protected from. And I'll spend time, as much as you do or don't like, reaffirming this. Calling it in through the fur coat of the spirit animals, through the bears, the rhinos, the gophers, the moles amongst you, as they are willing servants to support. In grace and gratitude. Thank you. Until next time, Kristina, thank you so much for scrying with me.